many institutions, and again, that is the initiative of Kenya scientists in diaspora and professionals. We are trying to reach out to many institutions. The Kenyan Medical Research Institute, this is the Center of Traditional Medicine and Drug Research. I'm affiliated with an institution as well, and Dr. Fidelis Ndombera was instrumental in this project. The NIH, under the Developmental Therapeutics program, was really helped us because we were able to send, the herbal extracts that we had characterized from Africa to that institution, and they were able to analyze those molecules for us for free in 60 types of cancer, 60 types of cancer cells. But unfortunately, the program has been stopped. So the University of Nairobi, again, some of the molecules were actually analyzed in Sweden. You can always join the group by, scanning that QR code. Another initiative that we have is that we are determined to showcase the positive side of African scholars in the US, and so we started a YouTube channel called Diaspora Scholars TV. If you want to be able to feature on the show, simply see me. We want to be able to see you are in Texas, you are doing music. You are in California, you are doing agriculture. You are in New York, you are doing political science. You are in Indiana, you are doing chemistry. Find out who is the other African scholar. So this channel is one way by which you can be able to see the kind of diversity and beauty of the African scholars in North America. And we are not joking about it. No negative stories. Positivity now and forever. Because you've seen how particularly regimes can change, and all of a sudden you are simply labeled as incompetent. You are simply labeled as a criminal. We want to refuse that by being able to say that, look, here I am, I'm in Indiana University, this is what I do, these are the projects I'm doing, and we showcase that in a packet in such initiatives. And I welcome similar initiatives from people like you. All right, so I put up this picture here because it's a traditional, actually vegetable, particularly in East Africa. I don't know who can recognize this type of a plant. It's called the African nightshade. It's popularly called as managu in Swahili. And I was trying to bring up this for various reasons. One, it's a big source of vitamin A, B, and C. It also has carotenoids, so it's a source of vitamin A for sure. It has flavonoids, which have been known to have anti-cancer potential, but at the same time, and more importantly, actually it's a very bitter fruit. Why is it very bitter? Because it actually contains morphine, which is a painkiller. So when you're eating the vegetable, you feel like the headache has gone away, right? So it's interesting that these herbal medicines, when you extract some of the active ingredients, you may be shocked at what they contain. So this is a vegetable widely consumed in parts of East Africa, but it has all those potential chemicals that are very helpful. I'm mentioning that particularly because of the fact that it also has quinine, which is an anti-malarial medicine for years. Originally, we know that the cinchona tree was the source of quinine, but this is a vegetable widely consumed, and people have no idea that actually it has anti-malarial component in it. However, I'm not here to talk about this plant. I'm here to talk about another plant called the Cape ash, widely found in so many places in Africa, the entire continent of Africa indeed, except the deserts, right? So it's really widely available. And so we went for this plant and we extracted the components in the roots, the bark, and the leaves. And so deliberate technical expertise was involved from various areas. I'm just showing you some of the instruments that we used to be able to extract certain chemicals called Triterpenoids from the root bark of this tree. And we were able to characterize it. Those of you who are associated with chemistry a little bit know that the instrument called the NMR can be used to be able to identify actual molecules from the extracts. One major problem we do have in African institutions is being able to characterize the active ingredients in those extracts. We always have concoctions in bottles, right? And they tell you, go take this, but it's a mixture of so many components. They are not pure. In fact, many of them could be poison. And there are many claims as well that this is a cure drug, this is a wonder drug, right? It's extremely dangerous to take that approach that you think it can cure you. Sometimes it does, right? Sometimes it works, but we can go further than that. We are experts in the US, right? We are here. We can simply tell that person in Ghana, that person in Nigeria, that person wherever they are, like, connect with us in the diaspora, and we'll take your extract and take to institutions that can be able to do what? Help us identify the active ingredients. And you know what? We take ownership. Nothing is going to be taken away from us. We are experts. We have lawyers in the team as well. We are not joking about it. It is time to stop our resources being taken away, including intellectual property from being taken away from us. So we did identify, many active ingredients, but I'm going to talk about only 4 types: EK2, EK8, EK4, and EK9. So we did characterize those. We know exactly what it is. So we went further. We know the structure of those molecules. Don't worry about it. I told you, don't get a headache from the chemical structures. But so we even went further. We also using applying artificial intelligence tools to be able to screen thousands of molecules and be able to associate those molecules with the kind of molecules you have also been able to identify, so that you can be able to associate the type of molecules we have with the existing molecules with certain types of disease. So we also use what we call in silico tools to say, hey, look, this molecule can be able to bind on this particular protein and things like those. So you guess, you know what? This particular resource is actually free. If you have a structure of a molecule, you can actually enter into that website. You can go to that website, and that structure will be associated with a certain kind of disease. So you can be having a structure of a molecule, and if you enter there, it will tell you, hey, this structure can be able to cure this disease. So it's a free tool really available, and it's used to calculate what is called the pass, to get what is called the pass activity spectra. Never mind, it simply means what is the percentage probability of your molecule being active. So we use those such tools as well. And so these are some of the results. Never mind, what the numbers mean. I just want to be able to make you draw your attention to EK9. 0.85 simply means this is 85% probability that this molecule has activity to be able to cure melanoma. It's very easy to get the numbers right. So this is 77% chance to be active. PA's probability to be active, and PI's probability to be inactive. I've only selected the ones that have very high probabilities to be active and have very low numbers to be inactive. Because otherwise, if this is 85% and this is 90%, that's generally then it's inactive. So you can see that our molecules have actually several targets, right? And this is an in silico, a computer-based analysis. So after computer-based analysis said, hey, we're not going to stop here. Looks like our molecules can be able to do something, right? It's showing. This is not us who created the tool. It was created in North America. So our molecules are ours, the plants are ours, the plants are all over Africa, and this is what we are getting. So when we approached the National Cancer Institute in the US and we told them, hey, look here, we have this structure of molecule. We know it is active. This is the evidence. We have used your tool, but we have no money. But we want to be able to advance this further. They said, oh, really? Great. So they allowed us to be able to test our molecules in 60 types of cancer cells. And so these are some of the results that we got. So this is a cell name, this is a cell type. This is a cell, the type of cancer. For example, colon cancer is a type of a cell. So these are the results of some of the molecules. So again, this is, you're going to be able to understand this. Growth percent simply means the cells are growing. You know how cancer cells are. They're really notorious, right? So you are treating the cells, but they keep growing. So the best results are the ones that are in reverse, right? So this is growth. So the ones that have negative numbers means that they're dying, right? They are not only dying, but they are no longer have ability to reproduce. There are two things here. You're going to be able to understand it right. One, you have 100 cells when you are starting, and then when tomorrow, the following day, you have 50. So you killed 50. But remember, these are cancer cells. You had 100, the following day they have increased in number. So they will not be 100 tomorrow, they'll be 200. So if you find 150, you only killed 25%, right? And not 50%. So when you get very negative numbers, it means you have actually even killed the original cells that were there and they are no longer able to divide. Very impressive results, So the first study was up to here, and then we said, hey, let us now start getting specific indicators of, how they measure, cancer cell death. So things like GI50 is growth inhibition 50, the LC50 is the lethal concentration that can be able to kill 50% of the cells, and so things like those. But to make matters easy for you, let's just do the summary, right? Looks like out of the 4 types of molecules, EK9 is the one that's like, hey, look, there are so many, this is really doing its thing, right? So from there now we decided to go again more technical. That's why we went and tried to get those specific numbers towards the right. In short, EK9 reveals that it is one of the most potent overall with a selective activity in leukemia cells, particularly the ones I've listed over there, and breast cancer cells that I've listed over there, and therefore it has potential to be developed further. Obviously, if you recall a bit of your chemistry, this is a long, kind of a little bit highly lipophilic molecule. It's fatty, it can be able to enter cells, and so it needs some structural adjustments to try and make it bioavailable, simply meaning to be able to make it be able to be absorbed in the stomach. But however, very impressive results at the moment. We think that it's active in those 2 cells, and that's where we are, folks. Herbal medicine from Africa requires research and further development. There is potential to collaborate. I provided you with insights. Link over there, I told you the name CaseNet simply means we use that to register it as a non-profit. It's for all Africans, it's not only for scientists. All our teams are very collaborative. Please join us, either in the WhatsApp group. We are putting people into teams who want to be able to contribute and change Africa for the better, while also telling positive stories in all forms of media. I'm pretty fast, it's deliberate, the message is home. Thank you for listening to me.